This question was set in 2020 by OCR and it was 6 mark questions. So let's read this carefully. A school uses the array to call an attendance register every morning. We need to write an algorithm using iteration. Display the name of each student one at a time from student names. So this is the name of the array where all of these students' names are saved, and we need to display the name of each students one by one using iteration. Okay, next. Take as input whether that student is present or absent. This information coming as an input. Display the total number of present students and also total number of absent students in a suitable message. After all student names have been displayed. So that is the question. So basically it is asking the school if students names are saved in an array, and also they give us the name of that array, which is student names. Now we are using an iteration to display one by one student. Each time we are displaying a student's name, also we are taking input is that student is present or absent. Okay, if by doing this we're going to keep student by student, one by one, and checking is it present or absent. And then at the end, when all the students have been displayed, we need to display or show or output or print the total number of students who are present and total number of absent students, right? So these are the algorithm. Now we're gonna use the Python for this, but let's create our mental note what really we need to include in this program. So let me take a note here. Let me make it bigger. So number one, I can see I need an array. Also, the array name is they already give us, so we cannot choose it by ourselves. Student names. Number two, okay, we need some kind of iteration, which is loop. Question is what kind of loop? Now, as the question clearly said that all students name are is coming from the register, that means it is a number of students, a definite number of students are there, and we're just running, let's say 30 students, we're running 30 times, 50 students are running 50 times. That means we know how many times this loop gonna run, which is a count control loop, so we need a for loop there. Okay, next, what else we might need? We need to display each student's name, right? What else we need? We need to input whether they are present or absent. We need to count the number of present students. Also, we need to count the number of absent students. All right, and then of course we need to print that number, which is number. So we need to print the number of present students. Also we need to print out the number of absent students. Those are the things we need to include in our program. Okay, so let's dive into our program now. Let's build it up from the beginning. So as you can see, let's create our array. So they didn't give us any actual value for our array. We just make one fictitious one, but make sure that we use the same array name they give us, which is student names, right? So this is an array. Another one in Python we say list. So let's create some fictitious student to see if it is working or not. Let's say first one is Alex, second one is Ben, third one maybe let's say Chloe, and one more maybe John. Okay, right, this is our array. So now then we need to display each student's name one by one, and of course we need to use a for loop. So the simplest way we can write a for loop like this: for each student, this is my variable name, student in student names, right? So I'm saying each student means this student, this student, this student, and this student. These students are where in that array, and then we go one by one and we print the name of each student one by one. Every time we print one, we are getting these information from the user. Like let's say for the teacher, is that student present or absent? So you're going to ask, let's say the variable is answer equals input, and we are asking present or absent, right? We are asking user to give either write present or absent, right? So if they answer present, what gonna happens? So we need to count that students, right? That means we need some counter. So before we start our loop, actually we need two counter. One counter is for present student counter, just make a short count, and obviously in the beginning is 0, and also another one is absent count, and that is also 0. So now what happens is each time for each student, if the teacher type present, we just increase the value of our counter by 1, right? Else, right, we are not writing any other code validation or anything. We just keep it simple. So either we are expecting that either teacher type present or absent. So if they type present, obviously the present counter gonna go by up by 1, and if they type something else, that means absent, let's say, our counter from the absent count gonna go 1 up, right? So that's basically we are running for each student and also taking input for each student, and according to our input we are making this counter going up, right? And then question also asks us to print that value, right? So we just need to print any suitable message. That's what the question asking. Then tell us what exactly need to display, so we can choose it by ourselves. I can write down number, just make it short, number present. Okay, and the variable I need to show obviously is present count. And the same way I just copy this to the next one, and this time is going to be number absent, and then it's gonna be absent count, right? So before we run this code, let's quickly check is that everything we have done we needed to do, right? So the question was asking us about an array name, the name of the array is string names. We did exactly same. Then we are using a for loop and displaying each student, and exactly that's what we did using loop which is an iteration, and we are showing each student one by one. Then question was asking take as input whether this student is present or absent, and we are doing it with this question, take an input either that present or absent. Based on that, we are at the end we're displaying the total number of present students and total number of absent students. So based on that, obviously we are keep counting our counter for the present student or the absent student, and then when you're done with all whole iteration for all of these students, then at the end we'll come out from the iteration for the for loop, and we just print the value for the present count and print the value from the absent count, right? So let's quick run this just to check So let's say present, Alex present. Let's say Alex is present, right? Now Ben, let's say Ben is absent. Let's say Chloe is present and John, let's say absent. So you should show me now two present, two is absent. We don't have any other student here, so this showing number two, present number two, and number absent number two. All right, that's all to get 6 from this mark. Thank you.